Welcome to the greatest firemaking XP per hour that you will ever find. No one else on Gillinor has even bothered to find a method such as this. Firemaking is typically one of the hottest skills to train because, it's pretty easy and relaxing, but with this method, it's completely different. It's the most click intensive thing in the world. For this method, you will need 6,096 protein logs. To get the protein logs, it's kind of RNG from the treasure hunter, or if you have oddments, you can convert 500 oddments into 75 protein logs. This means 61.8 firemaking experience per oddment is how much you can expect to get. Keep in mind that the XP rates do scale on your level, and I will be doing this with level 99 firemaking. And since you are 99 firemaking, if you are, you will have the ring of fire and the ring of gloves. In your inventory, you will need 3 full pitch cans. You technically need 4 because each can only does 2,000 logs, but it's 96 extra logs, so you don't really have to worry too much about that. Of course, you will need a ton of protein logs, power burst of acceleration, which does mean you will need surge, bladed dive, and double surge. So skillers won't be able to take advantage of this, as you need 30 magic I believe to surge, and then bladed dive requires shattered worlds. So yeah, that might be an issue. A clan vex can help in case you do get lost and figure out which tile it is. 2 Pyrelord pouches that does increase the experience per log by 10 extra. And this is kind of up to you if you're going for invention training or not, but you'll need a Pyromaniac or a Toon Crystal Tinderbox for the perk. You will need to have Tinker, any tier of it. Of course, higher is better. It's just for the XP rates. I'm not considering the plus 25% because, yeah, I can't do too much math for that. But anyway, for this method, so I'm going to show you 3, not routes, but kind of like suggestions. So right here, where my Pyrophene is, that is south of the Calphite King lair, which I'll show on the minimap if it loads. Here we go, there we go. So you'll see that the Calphite King hive is here, so you just want to go southeast a little bit, and if not, you can teleport to Menopause and run north. And you'll want to look for this little, I don't know what they're called really, but it's south of the banana tree. This tile right here where the Pyrophene is, it is 177 tiles. This tile right here is 196 tiles. It's just north of the banana tree and between this palm tree, I think, that has no option to search it. And this is the third and best option. The other 2, it kind of depends. If this method ever becomes like a thing and is crowded, you have 3 places on each world to do it. Right here, kind of south of the desert treasure tower, by another banana tree, you'll be right here. This method right here, this tile, does not work, so you want to be here. And a good way to remember if you do have a clan vex is right click, place. Okay, I guess not. Okay, let me see, place. Here we go. So just like place it and then remember that it's just 2 tiles south of the clan vex or wherever your clan vex was placed. Let's go to the settings. You will need to enable 1 button gameplay, which is in gameplay, interfaces, game interaction, and then click it so it has a check mark. After that, you will need to unlock your interface so you can drag your main action bar that has protein log somewhere on the main action bar. Then you want to kind of drag it not to the bottom, but leave a little gap so that when you left click, it's right on the light option. So summon your familiar. You can activate the Wise aura for extra experience, but I mean that's up to you. And of course you can wear the Firemaking if you do want the invention experience. And of course like the Ring of Fire and all that stuff. But I'll show you right now. So you might be hearing a lot of clicking, but try to bear with me. So you'll notice that with the Pyrophene, it's a base of 422 experience per log I do. If you don't have the familiar, you'll get 412 experience. And what you want to do is pretty much you want to spam click left so that you're constantly moving. And I'll mute my mic for a little bit to show you why. You'll notice that Firemaking, making the lines path you to the west. So if you have a clear distance, you can actually go all the way west. Now speed it up just a little bit, and a little more. Here we go. And then I'll slow down once I get a little part. Here we go, right here. You'll see that you're on the right tile if you just pass that little plant right there as I did. Then I'll continue to go west. And remember, all three little area methods I showed at the beginning will work for this method as you go all the way to the coastline. And now that we're getting close to the coastline, I'll start the next instructions. Once you actually reach the coastline, now comes the very fun part. You want to right click and drink the power burst, and then you'll want to go all the way east. So Surgeon Blade dive, so right here, and you'll just zoom across the whole desert. It does take a little bit of practice, and you'll usually get there like that within the time of the 6-second power burst, and then you can start the method all over again. And you will have enough time because this takes about 2 minutes and 33 seconds, so your power burst will be back on cooldown so you can use it afterwards. And this method does use 6,096 protein logs per hour. And then on the screen right now, it might be a little hard to read because it is yellow in the background, but kind of bear with me. So this is the XP rates per hour you can expect to get. Very top one says 2,500,000 XP rate. This is with no familiar, no bonus experience, no nothing. The second one is, well, it's about like 60,000 extra Firemaking XP rate, and this is because purely from having the Pyre Lord that gives just 10 extra experience per log. So I mean, kind of helps a little bit, adds about 60k. Now the bottom one, it's with the familiar and the Ring of Fire and the Ring of Gloves, which is only plus 5% Firemaking experience. This is 2.7 mil base experience rate for Firemaking per hour. Keep in mind this is not using like max buffs, which include like Wisdom Aura, the Pantheon Aura, that's like 10% experience. Forceful Incense Sticks. Like there's so many things you can do, or even the Avatar buff, it's like 6% more experience. So this is, I want to say, base experience rates of 2.7 mil Firemaking experience without like max buffs, because you want to be really realistic. You want to use Aura that increases your experience for Firemaking. You can save that for like Herbal or something else. But with that, thank you all so much for watching this little XP rate guide and enjoy the rest of your day.